Hi friends, Jay Sennett. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Jay. Today I'm going to prepare for you this beautiful fish right here. This is Fluke. And you might want to ask, what is Fluke, right? Fluke, basically flounder. It's one of the flat fish. And there's southern flounder, there's northern flounder, flounder out of the Gulf. What's the difference with fluke and flounder? Not much difference, it's just a type of flounder. But you can identify fluke with the type of the dark spots on one half of its body, one half of the skin, which kind of look like eyes. And speaking of eyes, the eyes are on the left side of the body. On the fluke, the northern flounder, eyes, I believe, on the right side, like halibut, eyes are on the right side. And it's a gentle tasting fish, very clean tasting fish, and it's a perfect fish for people who want to eat fish but don't want the fishy taste, the strong fishy taste. So fluke, flounder, highly recommended if you're one of those people. It's a fish that is very versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. And so I'm going to make today summer fluke with a brown buttered tarragon mustard sauce over linguine. Okay? Now, let me show you how I prepare this fish. There's a school of thought where you put salt and pepper in the flour. Okay, that's one way to do it. I prefer to put the salt and pepper directly on the fish. Why is that? Because I believe that when you put it in the flour, you're not getting the salt completely into the fish, right? You're not getting the salt in the fish like you would if you just put it directly on the meat. So I seasoned the fish, put the salt, and I'm going to put some pepper on here as well. Now, you can also put it in the flour. I think that's overdoing it. But get that salt on here, season the meat well. Black pepper. Healthy dose of freshly ground black pepper. Flip these over. Okay, some more here. Got my pasta boiling over there. Okay, and I'm going to lightly dredge these in flour. I have a cast iron skillet over here heating up. I'm going to lightly dredge these fish fillets here in this flour. Shake off the excess flour. All right, each one. Make sure they're coated well. I don't use any egg as a binder. The fish is somewhat damp. It's at room temperature, so it can cook evenly. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go over here to the stove. All right. Let's go over here to the stove. Hot cast iron skillet. Kind of tight in there, I don't like that. Could do two at a time, but it's okay. And all I have in the skillet is olive oil. Okay, just some olive oil in there. Have this because these cast iron skillets get pretty hot. Now my pasta has been boiling for a while. And what I'm going to do, once the fish is done, I'll cook the fish so it gets light brown, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And should look pretty yummy. In this pot here, I'm just steaming some green beans, and they are just about done there. Delicious green beans. And my pasta is almost done here. Just some linguine. And there's something about the tarragon and mustard collaboration. I think it's a delicious collaboration. And tarragon, I think it's more popular than ever now, because for a long time I didn't hear people talking about tarragon. It has an interesting flavor. It reminds me of a subtle hint of licorice. It has that very interesting taste that just reminds me, my taste buds, a little bit of licorice. I'm also going to use some shallots in here, some garlic, a little bit of broth to create a light sauce, which eventually will go over this linguine. And actually, my pasta is just about ready. Take out of here. I'm boiling some linguine. Do you have to use linguine? No. You can use spaghetti or any kind of pasta that you would like. Turn this off. Take the pasta here, drain it. Okay. Now, I'm going to flip these over. Actually, to stay a little bit longer, I'll let these two stay just a little bit longer. Kind of tight in here. I'm doing this way because of time and for the show. Normally I would just have two pieces in here. I wouldn't have them that close together. Because you get them close together like this, they start to steam a little bit, and it can affect the texture of the fish. It makes the fish texture softer. If you want a little crispier, texture on the outer layer, just have them a little bit more separated. Flip this one over, I can put under it. Yeah, it's pretty thin. That's looking pretty good though. You can see the brown texture around here, and when I touch it, it's kind of crispy. That's what you want. Right, nice texture on it. Just a couple of minutes on each side, 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the thickness of the fish. And then I'm going to remove the fish and start to create my sauce. One thing I want to do is take these green beans out of this pot, because I don't want them to get too soft in that hot water. Okay. Yeah, right now they're perfectly done for my taste. You don't want mushy green beans. Alright. You steam them, and if you leave them in that pot like that, with that hot water, they will continue to cook. Let's set these over here. The fish smells so good. Rinsing my plate. I can put the fish in. Where's my Again, just some olive oil in here. Cast iron skillet. Turn this over. Cook that a little bit more on that side. Yeah, that's what I want right there. Just a little bit longer. I'm going to remove the fish. And this fish, by the way, is right off the coast of Virginia. You get the fluke. In our region, pretty common. Fluke from here, North Carolina a little bit. You get south of that, you get into the southern flounder, and down in the Gulf, down around Florida and the Gulf of Mexico. Go further north, you get some northern flounder. But fluke is known as summer flounder. And again, you can recognize it by the markings on one half of its body. They look like eyes, so to speak, right? It's kind of interesting. That's how you can differentiate summer flounder from the rest of the flounder. And the eyes on the left side of the body. Okay. All right, let's get this fish out of here. Got it breaking on me. Well, we're going to use a spatula. Okay. It's going to make me use the spatula. Okay. That's okay. Okay. So we have that nice light brown color in the fish there. Now what I'm going to add to the saucepan is hot, just some butter. And I'm going to let this butter get into this cast iron skillet. Good amount. Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Leave this butter in here for a while, just a few, and it will start to turn brown. And the aroma will shift a little bit. It starts to get like a kind of an interesting nutty kind of aroma to it. All right, just leave it in there just for a minute or so. Alright, it's starting to turn brown a little bit. Turn this up. I can smell that nuttiness of the brown butter. So what I want to put in here now, some shallots in this butter. Okay. See that brown, beautiful brownness in here. And the aroma. Turn this fire down a little bit. The shallot, very finely diced up shallot, will cook very quickly. I want to add some garlic, a couple of cloves of finely minced up garlic. Remember to use your pot holder, cast iron skillet. You will burn your hands. Now I want to add some of this mustard. Put that mustard in there. Okay. I'm going to add some of this broth. Just a little bit of this broth. Right, then we'll add, this won't be as noisy, stir well, a little bit of this cream, heavy cream, about a quarter cup of this heavy cream. I want to add some of the tarragon, okay? A tablespoon and a half of some fresh tarragon. Yes, yes, yes. And I want to add a pinch of some lemon juice in here as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some lemon juice happening. Add some salt. Some freshly ground black pepper. Some parsley. Well, I'll use the parsley last. Get some of this pasta in this saucepan. Okay, mix that linguine in there. Oh, this aroma is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Stir around it up. Some more in there. Okay. We're good to go with this pasta, okay? So I'm going to turn the fire off. Get a plate. Do-do-do-do. Alright, now what do we want to do? We're going to take a piece of this fish. Oh, you can do this, this right here. And move this over here. Up on top of that. And I'm going to add, ideally, I'm going to add a little bit, if I can grab a little bit more of this sauce. Right here to put over the fish. Then some Italian parsley. And we want to take some lemon. You always see me do this, right? And all right, decides to cut my grass when I'm doing my cooking show. How's that look, folks? This is my summer Fluke with a brown buttered tarragon mustard sauce over a bed of linguine. Delicious summer Fluke, which is basically flounder. If you like flounder, yes, you'll like Fluke because it's pretty much the same of the same flatfish family, and it's pretty indigenous to our area, the Mid-Atlantic region. Caught often off the coast, Virginia, a little bit north of us, a tad bit south of us. And as I said at the beginning of the program, if you're one of these people that like to eat fish, but you don't like the fishy tasting fish, like fish that tastes like fish, try Fluke, right? I think you'll like it. So, Again, I just have to create this sauce, some butter, let the butter brown a little bit, then put some shallots in there, some garlic, then add a little bit of Dijon mustard, then add some chicken broth, maybe half a cup of chicken broth, then add about a quarter cup of heavy cream. Then you put some freshly diced up, minced up tarragon, fresh tarragon, not dry tarragon. I guess you can use it, but I prefer the fresh tarragon. Some salt and pepper, and then some lemon juice. Then put the linguine, the cooked linguine, into the sauce, stir it around, and the fish, just lightly breaded with, I'd put some salt and pepper on the fish, lightly breaded in flour, cook it on both sides for about 3 minutes on each side. Remove the fish, then you create your sauce. And then once you put the linguine in that sauce, just stir it around for just 2 minutes or so. It's ready. Put there the linguine on a plate. Top it off with a piece of the fish and some parsley. You can have some garnish with some lemon on the side. You can also sprinkle more of that lemon juice on the fish if you like, to help that flavor along. And there, I said a lot of butter too. You put a lot of butter in there to create that brown buttered sauce. All right. I'm Jay Sennett. Thank you for watching this edition of Cooking with Jay, which airs Sunday evening starting at 6 on the WHRO Public Media Facebook page. Thank you for watching the show. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to email me to j.sennett, jae.sinnett @whrv.org. Would always love to know what you think of the program. If you're trying some of these dishes, I'd like to know what you're cooking. And don't forget Sennett in Session, my jazz show, Monday through Thursday nights from 9 until 1, Saturday mornings 1 until 5, for all you very, very, very late birds out there. And Sunday afternoons from 1 until 5. And the very soulful R&B Chronicles, my other show, Friday nights at 7, from 7 until 8, both on WHRV 89.5. Doing this a long time, folks. And thank you for watching Cooking with Jay, one of my passions. Okay? Be safe, friends. We'll see you for the next edition of the program soon, I hope. Take care.